guys, it's Sarah, and today I'm going to do a follow-up video for the TV binge that I wanted to do. And I did a video a couple of months ago, and I believe it's before even all this setup happened. And I talked about a few TV shows that I was wanting to binge watch over the holidays and kind of into January. And I have completed a few of those, so I wanted to talk about them because I did have quite a few requests for a follow-up on what I ended up watching and what I thought. So I'm going to do that today, and I will have that video linked. I'll put it up in the cards here so you guys can see if you're interested in what I originally was going to watch. I will go ahead and talk about them though. I had 5 TV shows that I was planning to concentrate on, and then I had one that was really up in the air on whether or not I was going to continue with it or not. So I will talk about what I was going to watch and whether or not I watched them, and then what I actually did end up watching and what my thoughts were. So I keep all of my TV shows in this little journal here that I have, and what I do is I write down what I want to watch, and then I do like little lines with boxes here. So I have like, this is How to Get Away with Murder. And I have season 3 up here, and I have all of the episode numbers in little boxes. And when I watch that number, I go ahead and I color it in with a colored pencil. And then the next one is Modern Family. So I have all the episodes available on that one. And then I have Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and I have all the episodes available. And when I watch one, I just color it in with a colored pencil, like I said. And that way it kind of helps me keep track of what it is I am watching and how far along I am in them. This is a journal that I received from a company to review actually, and it's a coloring journal. So there's little images throughout that I can color as well, which you saw with the owls there. And I have just a ton of these shows written in here that I want to watch. And so I like the visual of it, of like, you know, going through and coloring them in and, you know, knowing how far along I am and all that. So it's been really great. It's a great way for me to track. I'm such a visual person. My husband is much more technological. He likes everything on the computer and on his phone and stuff. And I'm like, nope, I need pencil and paper. I need to be able to see it. And yeah, I don't know, like notebooks are my thing. I can't get over it. All right, so first let's talk about the show that I was up in the air on, and I did make a decision on it. I was trying to decide if I was going to continue watching House of Cards, and this is on Netflix. I watched the first 4 seasons and absolutely loved it. And then season 5 came on and I hadn't watched it yet. And then everything started happening with Kevin Spacey, where he got fired from the show. And after that, I just wasn't sure if I was going to continue, because for me, he is that show. He makes that show. And there is a season 5 that is on Netflix, which I haven't watched yet. He is in that one. And from what I understand, season 6 will be the final season. They are going to do it, but he will not be in it. And I have a feeling it's going to follow Robin Wright's character, which is his wife. And I'm not a big Robin Wright fan, and so I don't care enough to watch it if it's going to be about her instead. So I'm going to not continue with this show. I'm not even going to watch season 5. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to let it go. It's unfortunate, you know, everything that was happening, but to me, if he's not going to be on it, it's not going to be worth it. 2 other shows that I talked about but I hadn't watched and I haven't gotten back to them yet is The Leftovers, which is on HBO. And this is a show that I don't fully know exactly what's happening yet because I only saw the first season. There's 2 other seasons on HBO right now, and those are the final 2. It's only 3 seasons long completely. And I think it's a little bit of a post-apocalyptic type of thing. In the first episode of the series, a certain number of the population up and disappeared, like just like that. And I think it's kind of, I'm wondering if it's like a God's rapture type of thing, but I'm not sure because I've only watched the first season, and by the end of the first season we still didn't know exactly what was happening. But you're seeing the people who are on Earth and they are trying to survive and, you know, figure out what in the world is going on. And I really liked it. I really liked the show a lot. Justin Theroux is the star, and he's fantastic. Oh, he's such a great actor. And I really, really enjoyed the first season. I do want to get back to it. I just haven't gotten there yet. And the other one that I talked about, which I didn't get to, is Orange is the New Black. And I only need to watch the most recent season, which is season 5. And I don't know. That's not one when I sat down to watch something I didn't necessarily want to turn it on. I do really enjoy that show, and I know once I start it, I'll probably watch it really quickly. I just haven't gotten there yet. There were 3 shows on that list, which I did get to. So the first one is Big Little Lies, and this is on HBO as well. And this one has Reese Witherspoon and Nicole Kidman and Shailene Woodley in it. And this one was based on the novel Big Little Lies by Liam Moriarty, which I read last year and absolutely loved. I loved that book so much. And this show was fantastic. It was a really great adaptation. They didn't change too much. There were a few little things here and there, and obviously some things they had to cut out since it was a TV show versus a novel. A lot more happened in the novel, but it was really well done. They really didn't stray that much. The only thing that they took liberties on was a situation with the character of Madeline, who was played by Reese Witherspoon. I won't say what the situation was, but her situation in the show was different than what happened in the book, and I didn't like that because it kind of changed a little bit about the character. So that's the only thing that I kind of wish they wouldn't have done. I understand why it happened. It did add a little bit more drama to her, but I don't know. I just went, I don't really like that. And it wasn't a deal breaker though. Obviously, I really still liked it. And also the ending, I preferred the book ending to the show ending because there was a lot more dialogue that happened. So you kind of got a lot more out of it as far as the book goes than with the show. But again, the show was fantastic. The acting was phenomenal. Alexander Skarsgård was so good in this, and I was nervous about him because he was playing an abusive husband, and I was just like, ooh, but I love him, don't ruin it. But man, he played it so well. Oh, it was really good. So I highly recommend. I definitely recommend reading the book first though. If you want to read that book, read it first before you see the show. And oh my gosh, it's so good. It's really good, both of them. And this one is going to be coming back for season 2, which is interesting since there's only one book. But from what I'm understanding, the author is writing the second part of the story that's going to be season 2. So it's not going to be them taking their own liberties with it. It's still going to be Leanne's characters and her storyline, and she's going to be taking the characters where she wants them to go versus where the network wants them to go. So I really like that. I think that's very respectful of her and her work, and I'm excited to see what's going to come next. The next one that I finished was Bloodline, and this is a show on Netflix, and I watched season 3, which is the final season for it. So there's 3 seasons total, and it's completely done now. I thought the ending was really weird. It's very strange. This show follows a family that lives in the Florida Keys, and they're very prominent. They're very well known. They have a thriving business down there, but they also have a lot of secrets and a lot of issues and a lot of backstabbing and a lot of things just happening within their family that they try to keep quiet. But it's also very harmful. This show is not super action-packed. It's definitely a slow burn. It's definitely more of a drama than anything. But there were quite a few times where I got really caught up in it and I was just, couldn't turn it off. For season 3, though, from what I understand, they stopped the show earlier than they were planning to because of some issues with the state of Florida. And they were having problems with the filming, and so they just decided to stop the show completely. And it seemed like the last 3 episodes of the series, it kind of seemed like they were trying to jam pack everything that they had planned in there, and it got really weird. And I didn't really like the way that it ended. It was like normal, and then the last 3 episodes I just went, I don't understand what's happening. Why is this happening? And it was just very strange. I won't go into details, obviously. I don't want to spoil. I still think that the show is worth watching. If you like, really heavy family dramas, I think you should still watch the show. And I overall really liked it. I just didn't like the ending, and I could really tell it was rushed. So that was unfortunate. The third one that I talked about in my original video that I did finish was Stranger Things Season 2. Oh, I loved it. I love this show so much. I'm one of those obsessed people. And this one I watched in one day. It was only 9 episodes, so I was able to just binge watch, and I really did. I loved the additional characters that were added in this season with Paul Reisner and with Sean Astin. They were both fantastic. Sean's character, Sam, was the most gentle teddy bear I've ever seen. He was so adorable. I loved him so much. Oh, he was so great. I loved the addition of these two characters, and they both did really, really great jobs in it. And yeah, there's still aliens, there's still the upside down. Poor Will is still getting tortured. Oh, it was so fantastic. There's a lot more Will this season than there was of last season because he was missing for most of last season. But this one focuses a lot on him, and I'm really excited to see where they're going to take season 3. There is going to be a season 3, and I'm excited to see where that's going to go. Another show that I did not talk about in that video, but I did go ahead and binge watch the last half of the last season, which is season 3, and that is Outlander. And this show is on Stars, and I love this show. It's one of my favorites. It is a beautiful, beautiful show. It really is. Just the setting and the characters and just the costumes, everything is so beautiful. It really is stunning. And the actors are so good. Like, I'm still in awe of how good these actors are in this show. It's amazing to me. And I watched the last half of season 3, and it was fantastic. I do love these books as well. These books are based on the Outlander series by Diana Gabaldon, and I have read the first 3, so I do plan to read book 4 before the next season comes out, because the next season will follow book 4, and I'm really excited to see where it's going to be taking. And this one was very interesting. It was taking a lot of place on the water, and it also took place in Jamaica, which was really, really interesting. I really like that aspect of it. And yeah, this is one of my favorite shows. I love it so much. Okay guys, that is it. Those are some shows that I binge watched over the holidays and kind of into January and February as well. And overall, I really enjoyed most of them that I ended up watching. It was really great to, you know, catch up on some of those and finish some, and I really, really enjoyed them. Let me know down below if you've watched any of these shows, and let me know what your thoughts are. Please try not to spoil anything for anyone who hasn't seen them, but let me know what you thought overall, and let me know what kind of shows you guys are watching right now. And I will talk to you guys again soon. Have a great day. Bye.